This is the DHI Seasonal Video Update, where we look at everything new and everything that we have discussed in detail on the podcast over the past month. So, you'll not only understand the complexities of park projects, but you'll also see them as well. We'll start in Disneyland, where Mary Blair's children over in It's a Small World are now singing Christmas carols. I've never understood why this hasn't been duplicated in Florida. The mansion also has been redone for the season, but as this is a large change, I do understand why Disney World keeps their regular show, as once-in-a-lifetime visitors would want to see the original effects. The last ride overlay in Disneyland, often forgotten, is Storybook Land, where the miniature houses and structures receive decorations each year. Another of the issues that we've discussed is the new Madame Leota carriage house, which not only visually overwhelms the mansion, but is also relatively low on ornamentation. Next door is Tiana's Bayou Adventure, now fully in operation. And on the podcast, we've talked about how the flume track differences between California and Florida make the Disneyland version a better ride and a more cohesive experience than the slower and longer experience out in Florida. Finally, over at DCA, the Christmas tree on Buena Vista Street is a tribute to Walt's life in California. There's his Carolwood barn. There's Garco, the robot who appeared with him on TV. And this is the Tam O'Shanter, where he often enjoyed lunch. Now we'll switch over to the Florida resort. We'll start with Jollywood Nights, which is in its second year. The new addition is a 15-minute ice skating show called Glisten. That's plastic out there, or what is sometimes called synthetic ice and not actual ice. This is not the headliner show for the event, and this show does a good job of filling out the entertainment across the front half of the park. The headliner show remains Holidays in Hollywood. Last year it was arranged under the guise of a live TV telecast. This concept was dropped this year, which opened up more space for the Muppets and their onstage banter, which I think is a really good trade-off. The musicians and performers here are exceptional, especially compared to other daytime shows in the park. Elsewhere at the event, the music is excellent as well, here at the Twilight Soiree, and also over at Jazzy Holidays at the Brown Derby. The whole Jollywood event has a nostalgia vibe, and rounding that out are animated TV characters from years past. On the podcast, we also talked about one element that didn't fit that nostalgia-centered vibe, which is the Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along. It simply feels too contemporary to blend with the other entertainment. We then compared the revamped Jollywood event to the long-standing Mickey's Very Merry over at the Kingdom, with its lengthy parade, its light ride overlays, and substantial fireworks. All of these things make Mickey's Very Merry feel like the more robust of the two events. Over in Animal Kingdom, the Merry Menagerie is back. And in Dinoland, which is soon going away to the land of extinction, we have dinosaur holiday decorations. And of course, Santa. I do think there's a good chance that this may be back next year if construction allows. And Epcot, the gingerbread spaceship Earth new this year, looks better in these December shots than it did back in November without those background decorations. And just like the real Spaceship Earth, it also has a light show. Nearby in Living with the Land, the science team has decorated the greenhouse with over 100,000 lights. This presentation has grown every year and is now a stunning indoor display at night. In terms of construction, Disney has finally admitted what we've all known for months. They are building a lakeside lodge inside of Fort Wilderness. Here you can see that structural elements of the first floor are mostly done. And just for spatial perspective, this is the settlement with Crockett's Tavern and Pioneer Hall. The new resort will be in the heart of the campground right next to the settlement. Next we have the new Polynesian Tower, which is open for guests. It's a lovely location. The pool has a splash pad with one oversized character on display, but the pool itself is modest without a slide or a bar. The lobby is strongly themed with wood and stone and mixed media displays. Almost all of the ornamentations here are deeply dimensional, which gives the space the feel of a luxury hotel. Even here with this presentation of Tomatoa, that's the crab from Moana. Lastly, here's Wailulu, the new table service restaurant at the tower. And to finish up here, we'll take a quick trip back over to Fort Wilderness again, where many guests decorate their campsites with inflatables and lights, so that at night the whole area becomes a holiday wonderland which is created by regular guests. And with that, and with a few final images of the Poly Tower at night, we're at the end of our video update for this season. But deeper stories are all over on the podcast, the Disney History Institute podcast, available everywhere.